Hi, my name is Sean, and I'm going to be looking at my old Star Wars toys, continuing with my old Return of the Jedi toys.
Somewhere in space, the most extraordinary creatures ever seen are pawns in a war between good and evil, a war between both sides of the Force, the strongest power in the universe. Use the Force, Luke. Feel the Force. Fight the battles. Live the adventure with Star Wars Return of the Jedi Collection, the biggest collection of vehicles, figures, and playsets in the galaxy, each sold separately, only from Kenner.
So let's take a look at my Return of the Jedi figures. And when I got my Return of the Jedi figures one Christmas, the first of them, I got this carrying case. It's the C3PO carrying case. It's bigger than the old Darth Vader carrying case. He's metallic. Another great design. I mean, it is C3PO. There's no mistaking. It's pretty cool. I mean, you even have the beginning of his chest disc here. So let's take a look at him. Let me just open this thing. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, I put the little insert that I got with it in here. This insert's pretty cool. It's basically, it's not all the figures. I think it's about 65 figures. I counted it like over and over again as a kid, so I know. But it's basically like figures from the Star Wars line, the Empire Strikes Back line, and the Return of the Jedi line. So you got some figures here from Star Wars and Empire. Like the old Luke and the Bespin Leia and Greedo and Walrus Man and all that, and you got C3PO. They spell them out S-E-E and then 3PO, which is weird, and then they in the bottom they say C3PO with the letters. Admiral Akbar from Return, General Medine, we'll get to him, because I had him as a kid. He's one of my first Return of the Jedi figures. One thing missing from my Star Wars collection is my Hammerhead, which that was my first figure. Hammerhead and R5-D4 were my first guys. I can't find my R5-D4 either. That sucks. But so I had a lot more Star Wars figures. I don't know where the hell they went. I mean, I'm 35. I don't know where the hell in all these 30 or so years those figures went. There's Bib Fortuna, Chief Chirpa, Darrell's Imperial Guard, the Empire's Imperial Guard, sorry. They show the Ugnaught with a bib there. I don't remember that bib ever, because I have that figure, and I got him originally as a kid, but... So let's take a look at what we have here. Start over here. I love this figure. I love the design of this figure. This is the Emperor's Royal Guard. He's awesome. He has this cloth cape. He looks cool. Just a basic design of the face, but I don't know, whoever came up with this design, which was a departure from the other stormtroopers and stuff like that, should have been commended. Like, this is great. And I love, I mean, you could see this guy fighting. He had a quarterstaff. I don't know where that went. It's got to be somewhere in this case. One problem with this case was that because it wasn't black, it was hard to find stray things that would go missing. This belongs to Low Gray or someone, or it belongs to one of the. It belongs to this dude. I can't remember his name. He's one of the Jabba the Hutt guys. He's awesome too. He looks cool. Here is Emperor Palpatine. I think Emperor Palpatine was a mail away, but I got him as a figure for Christmas. I really like this figure. He really looks cool. That is Emperor Palpatine, the way he was in Return of the Jedi, and now he's like an instrumental figure in Star Wars because of the prequels. As with all Star Wars figures, the knees didn't bend. And when they had robes, then the robes would be cut in half kind of thing, and so that's his leg. And the elbows didn't bend either. So he would just sit like that. I didn't have a lot of Return Jedi figures. That's when Star Wars is sort of fading from popularity. Here's another guy from Jabba the Hutt's palace. I can't remember his name. Sorry, Star Wars fans. I know you're all like, oh, that's this guy, that's that guy. Piss off. Like, I just forgot a few things. Bib Fortuna, great figure. You can actually turn his head a bit slightly, but like his head, it does have the these little squiggly like things. If you take off his robe there, terrific figure. Again, like great design, great detailing for back then. I mean, this isn't, you know, like Hot Toys or something. Another dude from Jabba's palace. I never had the big orc guys. There's General Medine. Kenner is famous for making obscure characters that would turn up for like 1 second in the movies into a figure, just to beef up their line, and people always bought them. Like, this guy's kind of a peg warmer, but like I had him. He was my first Return of the Jedi figure. I liked him. I had the speeder bike, and I always imagined like he was he rode on a speeder bike, so like I'd always have him on a speeder bike. That speeder bike, the gimmick for it was that it would blow up if you touch one of the buttons. It would like blow. So that thing, I have no clue where it is. I mean, I've found bits and pieces of it. It's hard to store in a toy box when the gimmick is that it blows up if you just like, you know, touch a button. This belongs to Chief Chirpa. Let me find that dude. No, not Chief Chirpa. Sorry. I think this is like Logray the Medicine Man. Anyway, I can't really put on his helmet like with one hand here, but you get the picture. The Ewoks were cool. I mean, they made like about 3 or 4 of them. This is not Wicked. I used to think it was. I think this is like Wiki or someone, but he's really cool. And this thing can come off too. This is a cool Lando figure. This is Lando in disguise at the at Jabba's palace. You can take this off. Terrific Lando figure. I like that they had variations of Lando, just like they did with all the other main characters and stuff. Oh, this belongs to the bald guy who keeps the Rancor. Great, now I have him. He's the guy who cries when the Rancor dies, like a dumbass. And they made a figure of him. That's cool if you're like a shabby actor that, you know, you don't get a lot of work, but you're in Star Wars for like 1 second, you get a figure made of you. So that's my Return of the Jedi stuff. As I said, I am missing Star Wars stuff. Here are my Return of the Jedi figures here. And here are the Star Wars figures that I had shown before. In addition to all these, I had the Rebel transport from Empire Strikes Back, and I had the I said I had the X-Wing fighter. I didn't have the AT-AT or anything. I mean, you know, the thing about Star Wars was that everyone had Star Wars figures, so you'd combine your collections, and sometimes you'd miss stuff at the end of the day. Someone would take one of yours, you'd take one of theirs, or something like that. You have something that you could have sworn they never had before. And I mean, there was always one kid on the block who had one of the cool toys. Like, there's this one kid I knew that had an AT-AT walker, which was this. It was giant. It was awesome. It was amazing. And I don't know how his parents afforded that. And they also had the Millennium Falcon, so we were at that kid's house all the time. And I had a ton of figures, so we'd like, you know, play Star Wars like all day. That's the thing about Star Wars. I mean, George Lucas could go on and on about how they're his movies, but when you merchandise a movie to the point that he did, basically you're creating a scenario where Star Wars becomes personal to a kid. I mean, I really loved all my Star Wars stuff, and Star Wars would occupy my imagination all day, and you know, the same with the other kids too. So I mean, when you do that, then you're just begging for trouble when you try to change things and change continuity and stuff, because Star Wars means a lot to people that, you know, bought into all the hype and got all the toys and the merchandise and made Star Wars their own. Anyway, that's a trip down memory lane for my old cruddy kind of mildewy Star Wars toys. I gotta wash my hands now.